But the dude, he had this pentagram carved into his chest, and 2 days later, or the next morning, or it's
Yeah.
gone. He just
Yeah.
looks at it like, okay,
Yeah,
no big deal.
whatever.
I'm like,
I'm gonna go
no.
eat breakfast and go to work.
Like,
What the fuck? Like, put some antiseptic on there, maybe a bandage, something.
something.
Like,
Turn it on again, don't know why we do it. Bad movies rolling, sticking right through it. Nate says it's great, Jason says you're high. Same damn fight, different ass night. We've seen worse. Said it out loud, still here, still watching somehow. Then one sneaks in, nobody planned. Didn't think we'd ever see 5 trees land.
From straight stumps to the ones that hit. 5 trees landed, didn't expect it.
No script, no fix.
Just 2 bad takes.
It's time for trees in space.
welcome back to Trees and Space Show, the show where we discuss films and rate them using our unique rating system of trees and stumps. This week, we rated the 2014 unrated comedy horror Wolfcop, starring Leo Fafard, Amy Mazzio, and Jonathan Cherry. I'm your host for this episode, Nate Hintz, and with me, as always, is a man who would wake up lying next to a random half-naked woman covered in blood, missing a shoe, and considered the evening qualified as a success simply because he managed to wake up in his own bed, Jason Smith.
Hello, everyone. And she was not covered in blood. So, and this movie was made in 2014.
Yeah, right?
Okay. It's a lot better than the first thing I thought was made in 1984, because it was a really good movie made from 1984.
Right, the quality, the cameras for 1984 was fantastic.
Yeah, no shit.
I don't know why I picked this movie, to be honest, besides the fact that it is picked for Awful August. Now,
Ding, ding, ding.
I will go ahead and foreshadow some future for you. We will be also reviewing Wolfcop 2 in October. So, there you go.
Did you know there's 3 of these movies?
I did not know there was
called
3 of these. Is there 3?
Another Wolf Cop. There's Wolf Cop, Wolf Cop 2, and another Wolf Cop.
Oh. Well, I guess before we can get to Wolfcop 2 and maybe another Wolfcop, we got to talk about Wolfcop. So let's go ahead and talk about what Wolfcop is about, according to Rotten Tomatoes. An alcoholic cop blacks out when wakes up in an unfamiliar surroundings, and crime scenes seem oddly familiar when the full moon is out. That is awful.
Okay, I'm going to guess that someone watched this movie and they lived in Russia or Germany or Mexico or somewhere, and they typed it in their native tongue. They moved it to Google Translate to English. They took that and they put it in the description, because that was garbage, what you just said.
Yeah, none of that really makes sense. Essentially, this cop, I don't know how he's a cop, a sheriff. He's a sergeant in the sheriff's department who drinks as soon as he wakes up, drinks while he's driving to work, completely ignores all crime around him, and then becomes sacrificed to become a werewolf, and then for his blood, and fights crime while being a werewolf.
It took it long enough to get him to be fighting crime as a werewolf, because it twisted a little bit to me. Because he becomes aware, and I thought the transformations were pretty good. I thought the very first one in the bathroom, that scene where he's peeing, and I never needed to see that.
Me either, but I'm like, you know what? I'm glad I did. It was a curiosity that checked off my block that I didn't know I would be curious of, like, what does happen with that when
that
you
happens,
transform from a human to a werewolf? And also the question of what happens to your skin. Like in old horror, it kind of just shoots your hair through the skin. In this,
Right.
he sheds his skin
Right.
So then he must
So when he becomes a
shed
human
fur?
again, does he shred the skin of the dog? I mean, of the wolf.
Must.
See, it's but
No, it
to
was.
start off, go
Oh,
ahead.
hold on. I want to when they're in the bathroom and the deputy or whatever, the partner, pulls up. He kind of looks like you, and
Tina.
she goes, "I'm an alcoholic," and I'm.
Yeah.
Like a face. It kind of looks like you.
Oh, sorry I'm late, Chief. Had to stop off at the brewery, do some investigating.
Yeah, that was so disturbing. These people did some really good special effects. They had some weak
Practical
special effects in it,
effects.
but yeah, but they did some practical effects that are really good. But the beginning when he shows up and he's late, like 2 hours, because Tina, the partner's supposed to leave, 2 hours ago, and his boss tells him to, you need to get here on time. There's only 3 cops, so one guy's the morning shift, one has the night shift, and then they have the sheriff, the chief of police. So no one has a day off at all. You got 12 hours on, 12 hours off, and that's it. I mean, that kind of sucks. But they buried the lead because I said they buried the lead. Well, the lead is the werewolf. But Tina, the first 10, 15 minutes of the movie, I didn't think she was going to be much part of the movie. She just kind of stood there. I like how they did that. They kind of brought her in later on, but they brought her in slowly. She turned out to be a very important part of the movie.
She had very almost like Velma from Scooby-Doo vibes.
She did.
Because like she's a very underrated main character, like because she's so background, but when she's on camera, she takes it and then she kind of fades back away, which I thought was brilliant. Also, wow, wherever they were filming in Canada, nothing but hot women. Except for the mayor. The mayor was the most unattractive woman in the entire show, like movie. The bartender was a smoke show. The one at the library, the librarian was a smoke show. Like the Tina was a smoke show. They were all extremely attractive.
Oh yeah, because yes, do you got any books on the occult or devil worshipping?
You got any books on devil worship?
But, yeah, hey, you got any books about devil worship?
But he's he's the and I like how she's the employee of the month every month, and then they like she solved 8 cases and he solved 1. But I really like the beginning where he's drunk with some random chick. This isn't the same bartender chick; it's a different chick. So, and that's where we get our first stump bump, almost immediately into the movie.
He woke up and seemed so disgusted when he saw who it was.
Yeah, it's like I mean, who hasn't been there? But so he goes out to his car and he's stumbling around and he drops his gun and goes underneath the car. I don't know if that was planned or if that just was a good happy accident, happy accident, because it looked like it wasn't meant to happen and it did. How he's fumbling and bumbling around, and, he's just, his life is miserable. But I don't know why his life is so miserable. It's because his dad died 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Why is he this way?
The backstory, some sort of origin story, like, would have been great. Also, way too much puking in the beginning, like 20 minutes of this movie. Yeah. Also, why was the coroner always eating when on a crime scene?
I was gonna mention that.
I figured it was probably to be like humorous, like that was his stick or shtick.
Well, a lot of people do this in like movies and TV shows. The coroner is always eating something while they're taking out the hearts. It's just like what's that called?
Trope.
A trope. It's a trope.
Yeah.
But they do it a lot, and I don't ever seen one where they're eating a donut and put it on a dead person's knee. They put it, he put it on the body, and by the way, it disappeared. And it's like the shot goes back to it. It disappears. It's no longer there. So.
Oh, did it? Oh,
yes.
I missed it. Dang.
Yeah. So that's when the chief of police is out there. How did they find the body? Who reported the body? There's no one out there, and they just found the body. And that's the person running for mayor. That's the other person, the young man running for mayor for some strange reason.
Okay. I can answer the question, but I think it would ruin the entire movie if I answer that one question, because
Well, no, I mean,
that's a hinge point to the plot.
I don't see how because yes, the guy was killed.
Yep.
They had the
He was
werewolf guy,
he
Wolfman, whatever. He wasn't a Wolfman yet.
no, he was
They
killed so that way that dude was murdered or killed or whatever,
right,
because so that way Wolfcop could become Werewolf Cop.
right. So you're trying to say that the particular person, we're trying not to spoil this,
The
who was there that turned him into the Wolfman is the one who reported the body.
correct.
Okay, that's fair. I got you.
Yes. Yes.
They should just let it be out there. So, but the dude, he had this pentagram carved into his chest, and 2 days later, or the next morning, or it's gone.
Yeah.
He just
Yeah.
looks at it like, okay,
Yeah,
no big deal.
whatever.
I'm like,
I'm gonna go
no.
eat breakfast and go to work.
Like,
What the fuck? Like, you know, put some antiseptic on there, maybe a bandage, something. Like,
I go straight to the doctor and say, do something. Can you at least stitch it up? I mean, it's like, and then it was gone.
oh, and also, what happened when the dude got his face ripped off? He popped up with the dude from
the,
Goon and Goon 2, The Return of the Enforcer.
is that where I know him from?
Yeah, he was the goalie. He popped right back up, and then the next scene he was gone, never to be seen
Yeah.
from ever again. Like,
Well,
what
I mean,
happened?
I'm pretty sure he died. His face ripped
But
off.
at some point, no, later on in the movie, that dude calls back. He's like, and there's some faceless dude just running around out there.
Well,
That-
yeah, because they seen him pop up next to his thing. I don't think it meant anything more than that because we've never seen him after that.
Right, but again, you didn't see him leave, so you would want to believe that he would just drop. But the fact that that guy said now he's out there running around.
Well, if you were in his position and you saw your face get ripped off, and then 2 minutes later you saw him pop up next to you and go, "Ah!" and then you leave, you're gonna say he's running around, even though he probably isn't.
But you couldn't just show him just punch him in the face, or where his face used to be. Like,
Did you see this movie? Do you?
I did. That would have been the perfect scene for that guy, and right in his
There were so
character.
many bad edit cuts in this thing. Like when out in the woods at the end, the one guy who sees the wolf goes, "Oh, the wolf," and then the wolf disappears, and he goes, "Oh no!" And then it just cuts to something completely different, and it's like, what kind of weak ass cut was that? What happened to him? Oh, and when the wolf is killing people as the cop, that's the part that got me. When he first becomes the wolf.
Yeah.
Well, first he don't become a wolf. He gets turned into a wolf. So he don't remember that. But then after that, I guess he becomes wolf the very first time. He changes by in front of the camera for some strange reason. And he just opens the jail cell.
Yeah.
So that didn't hold. And he answers the phone.
Yeah.
And it's like, he's just a good wolf cop, but he kills people for stealing beer.
See, and that's an interesting question too, because he was very Teen Wolf, where he was very cognizant of his own being while being a werewolf. But however, when he got a little bit angry, he was uncontrolled enough to murder or kill, and then quickly just become like, oh yeah, whatever, let's go get in my souped up cop car that all I did was just paint it black, cut some stuff out of it, and rip the doors off, change the
And turn the lights this way.
Yeah,
because that's how that works.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it becomes faster.
Yeah,
and louder.
And I will say this: there's a certain character in this movie. I'm not trying to spoil anything, but finds out that I can't be skipping ahead. The movie's an hour and 10 minutes long, and she has the hots for the Wolfman. She has sex with the Wolfman,
and then
I saw the wolf. Yes.
Oh
and
my
I saw
God,
the Wolfman.
it was great. I was so happy to see everything that was there. I was like, oh, I hope I get to see her boobies. And I was like, oh, I do.
But my point is, we get to see the Wolfman's junk prior to that, knowing that went inside her.
She didn't act like it.
No, or maybe she's used to it. And I'm just like, this
Well, I
is
think
a
she is.
bestiality the way that I've never even dreamed of, but there's probably people out there with some sort of kink like that. So I guess that's for you guys. I'm not gonna explain what happens with the lady afterwards, but
I mean, the guy doesn't have to
I
be there.
yeah, I would be pretty. If I was the Wolfman afterwards, I'd be kind of disappointed in myself too, finding out what he finds out.
Honestly, I'll probably have to go back to rewatch it because at no point did I watch the werewolf's face or anything during any of those scenes.
Oh, I'm talking about after because he got drugged by her too.
Oh right. Oh
And
yeah.
he passes
And
out,
then they smoked
and
cigarettes
then
after they had sex.
right, and then he passes out, but when he passes up, he looks at the woman again, and then say, "Oh my God!" So
She drugs
that
him a
part there, I'd
lot.
be a little. He does. And was that Wolfbane? Is that what we're supposed to understand? Because the first guy gave him Wolfbane.
I believe so. Yes.
Okay. And they wanted to get his blood as the werewolf, and I'm not sure why they had to do it during a solar eclipse. I'm sure they explained it, but I didn't hear
They
that part.
did. It's to keep them alive. I
Well, I get that point,
can,
but why did it have to be the solar eclipse and not a full moon a month later?
I think it's just because the solar eclipse, I believe, is supposed to be representative of when the pathway to the Dark Lord is officially open. So, in order to complete the ritual of these three hooded figures, they need the blood of the werewolf at that particular celestial
Oh, okay.
alignment.
So they can keep running the town, just those three.
Yep.
There's probably more to it than that. As far as just running the town. The what was I gonna say? But that was to me the part of the CGI that they tried that did well was with the transformation of certain people and they caught fire. I mean, once they were burning, it was fine, but to make them turn from who they were to something else right before they caught fire, that part,
The
that was
lizard
terribly
people looked like
Yes, the
straight
lizard
out
people.
of Star Trek with William Shatner. Like the way the mask looked, like it's what they
It
looked
did.
like.
Yeah.
Uh,
But I mean, the acting for the most part was pretty dang good. So I mean, there was just that dude, man. I'm telling you, Tina. I've never seen a so homely, plain looking person as female, but also in two scenes later, hot as hell,
she's so
and then
cute.
plain again, and then hot
She's
as
so
hell.
cute.
It's
She's
like
so cute.
she
So cute.
she's so adorable.
Adorable.
Yeah,
So
and
cute. So
I mean,
lovely. I
oh,
I
I know. I just
can't
want.
wait to see her character development in Wolfcop 2.
Let's hopefully they continue the same people. Wonder how they
I
can do
would
that.
hope so. Oh, well, we'll see. But I don't really have much more to talk about. So I think we should maybe see what other people have to talk about and get into the Rotten Tomato reviews.
It's just a matter of opinion.
The first review comes from Gregorian G, who gives this movie 3 stars. As goofy as the title implies, this has really funny moments and kept me watching. Glad it is a short film as it wears thin. However, I'll watch the sequel.
That's really spot on. I think that's a really good spot. I mean, there's some funny parts. Nothing's really scary but it had a plot. I mean, I can almost say, what's the point of this movie? But it's to entertain you, and it does. I think it's entertaining.
Yeah, I literally picked the movie because of the name and the movie poster that I saw. And I was like, you know what? This is, in all intents and purposes, an awful August movie. And it definitely is. And I think Gregorian G rated it and reviewed it perfect as well. The next review is an unknown who gives this 5 stars. All caps, mind you. Warning, you have got to watch the end of the credits throughout this movie, as something happens at the end of the credits throughout this movie.
You mean where it says, well, Wolf Cop 2 is in 2015?
No, I mean there is an end credit scene to this.
Isn't that what that is?
No, there's a callback to a scene earlier in the movie with the guy and walking his dog.
Oh yeah, hopefully that guy got eaten by the wolf, because a wolf should eat a man that's mean to his dog. Yeah, that's a death sentence. You mean to your dog, you get the death sentence.
Or you get your nuts bit off at the end of the movie, and that's the whole plot of the movie.
That's a little extreme.
That's Strays. The whole...
Oh my God, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said it's a little extreme, right? Yeah. It's versus the fucking stump.
We've got to stop referencing that damn movie.
The last review comes from another unknown who gives it 3 stars. Good story, not bad acting. Wolf Cop kicks some, S-U-M, serious ass, hard ass.
No, it doesn't kick serious hard ass. I still don't understand whether all the bad people are trying to kill the wolf cop and shooting the hell out of him, and they just keep shooting before. I'm leaving after I empty my magazine, and then he bites your face off, and at one point he pulls a gun out and shoots, so he can shoot you as well as eat you, and you're sitting there pow pow pow, just doing nothing. So it's okay.
I mean, I just want to know how this wolf cop can kick the value sum of serious ass and hard ass. What is how is that numerically? How does not S-O-M-E the bothers me? That bothers me.
Obviously.
More than
it's okay,
this
guys. He's funny. He's the funniest man he knows. So that's humor, in case you didn't know.
Hey, if one person laughs, it's funny, and I gotta chuckle. Look at you! You're laughing.
I'm laughing at me making fun of you.
Hey, whatever, I got you there. And now that Jason and I got us to those people talking about the movie, we are going to go ahead and sum this movie up by giving our final review and rating of Wolf Cop. I will go ahead and lead us off. Just because we intend on watching Wolf Cop 2 does not mean that I would or would not recommend this movie to my surgeon. But I will say that I actually would recommend this movie to my surgeon. I really enjoyed the soundtrack. I like the band that they chose for it. The cinematography was very well shot. The practical effects was fantastic. Yes, there was some hokiness to it, but it's a B film. Like, it knew what it was going in, and that's what I knew what it was going in. Like I said earlier, if you're looking for some really attractive women and some moderately attractive men, for the most part, it's a good eyepiece candy movie. There's an end credit scene. There is a stump bump in the very beginning, and then if you're curious, you do get to see the bartender or the bar owner's boobies later. So there's another one, but that doesn't count. And then you also get to see the transition between a human and a werewolf's wiener. So that's there as well. But you only get one stump bump for no matter how much frontal nudity you see. So with that, I will give this movie 3 trees plus the bump. So it's a 3 tree and a stump movie from yours truly.
My turn, assholes.
You're high. I will have to take a different path, my friend, and I would not recommend this to my surgeon. I might recommend it to a different friend of mine, but not to my surgeon. I thought they did a good job, as you said, with the cinematography. I believe the band's name was Shooting Guns. I believe that's the name of the band. That's what it said in the front. 'Cause I found it very interesting. The plot was simple. The writing lost some things here and there. It's like the writing didn't seem like people have this kind of conversation. I know they're not going to have these conversations. It's a damn wolf. I get that, but it just didn't like flow correctly. Editing was a little bit off. I do love how they did the solar eclipse of the sun, or the lunar eclipse, or whatever it is, the sun eclipse, whatever. And you could tell it was that in the movie. It was very yellowish. It's very hazy. And I mean, I'm not sure if they waited till dusk or dawn to film that part, but they did a good job if they just used a filter. The acting was good. Nothing wrong with the acting at all. And like you said, the special effects were on point. But it was entertaining, and you do get the stump bump for 3 different spots. But because it is, I'm only going to be able to give it 2 trees and a stump, so 1 tree below you.
That's fair. I will kind of want to point out that some of your hang up might be because this movie is really Canadian. So you kind of have to run it through a Canadian to English filter.
No,
so
you don't.
That kind of helps, maybe. I don't know. But Jason right there, 2 trees, 1 stump. I went through 3 trees, 1 stump. Love to hear what you all think about Wolfcop. Any comments you have about it. And now that you know we're going to be doing Wolfcop 2, you want to go ahead and tell us what you think about Wolfcop 2 down in the comments for Wolfcop. Then we can pull your comments from Wolfcop and put them into Wolfcop 2. If you could follow that and do that, that'd be great. If not, whatever. We'll see you next time on Trees in Space Show. That's on Monday here on YouTube. Until then, take care, everybody.
Turn it on again, don't know why we do it. Bad movies rolling, sticking right through it. Nate says it's great, Jason says you're high. Same damn fight, different ass night. We've seen worse, said it out loud, still here. Still watching somehow, then one sneaks in, nobody planned. Didn't think we'd ever see 5 trees land.
From straight stumps to the ones that hit. 5 trees landed, didn't expect it.
No script, no fix.
Just 2 bad takes.
It's time for trees in space.